I'm going to show you how to hide secret messages in an image using a photo editor such as Pixlr X. You can use other photo editing programs such as Photoshop to write messages in pixels to hide them. Pixlr X works really well because it's free, it's online, doesn't require sign in, and it's pretty easy to use. So do a search for Pixlr X, then click on the first thing you find in the box, and then the first thing you're going to do once you're in is you need to find an image to work with. So I'm going to use the image search within, use the stock photos that are in Pixlr X. You can search by different things here. We'll stay with jungle because the busier the image is, the easier it is to hide the word. So I'm going to just start with, say, this one here. All right. And we're going to look at, and one of the things you want to do is have the biggest image you can, is the highest resolution image as possible, because it'll be much easier to hide the word. So I'm going to start with the original here, and I'm going to say apply. Alright, so this brings my image up that I'm going to work with. So I want to first look to see where would be a good place to hide this. Probably not put it right in the middle. That's probably the easiest place to see it. If I stick it over to the side, maybe up in this area. You can hide it wherever you want, but you kind of want to find a place that will be a little harder to find. So I'm going to start zooming in. My goal is to get down to the pixel level. And I'm going to use little bars so I can, I'm going to do that top corner. So I'm zooming in at that area. It's probably right in here is what I'm thinking. I'll probably do it. Now as I zoom in, it'll start to pixelate, which is what we want. We want to get down to the level that we actually see the individual pixels. And those little squares are our pixels that we're working with. Alright, so there we are. We're down to pixel level. And you notice that we're zoomed all in to 5,000%. So very, very zoomed in here. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to write write the word in pixels. So I'm going to go to my draw tool here. And I think when it comes up about 40. We're going to put it down to 1 pixel, so as much as possible. And instead of writing in white, I'm going to write it in something. I don't want to make it like in green because it'd be almost impossible to find. But I'll do like kind of yellow, so it'll show up, but it won't be super obvious. In fact, maybe let's do a kind of a yellowish. Yeah, let's do a yellowish and see how that works out. Maybe make it slightly green, but more yellow green. All right, so the next thing I do is something to write with, And a really good program to also use is another one called, for Pixel Font, is one called Font Meme. And I put this in, this is in the instructions. And so I type my word in here, I'm going to use the word stem, and I choose what, it gives me a lot of different choices. You want something that is pretty clean as far as like single pixels to write it. Some of them have like a lot of different ones, and those will be hard to hide. So register works really well for this. Put in what you want, say generate. Color doesn't really matter because you're just going to copy the letters over. So I'm going to write the word stem. And so I'll kind of see what it is. So I'm going to kind of look how they do it here. Having 2 screens is really useful for this. But I'm going to just start with the S. And this goes 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put in 4. If I look back over here, then it's 2 down, and then 3, and then 2 down, and 4 down here. So there's my S. I'm just basically copying exactly what I have here. Then I have 5 over here for my T. My E is going to be 5 down, and I'm going to go over 4, and put 2, and then for my M, it goes all the way down like this, and then they go 1, they do 2 down in the middle, 1, and then let me move it just slightly to add the rest of my M in. Alright, and so there's my word stem. Now, when I zoom out, So once I get that in, now I can zoom out of my picture. And it's pretty obvious it says stem, but as you get further and further out, back to this is where we started with here. You see, it's really almost impossible to see it, even though it's in this area. It's so small. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export this out, and then as a picture, and then I can do different things with it. But we'll export it out first. Now, one of the downsides of using Pixlr X is that it only allows you, when if you're for the free account, so many exports a day. So it allows you 3. So once you do 3, then you can't do any more for the free account. But you want to make it the picture that you export out the highest quality you can, keep the resolution high. You're going to do save as. I'm going to put it somewhere you can find it. I'm going to put jungle, so I can find this picture. Hit save. I've used one already. This is my second one. Alright, then I'm going to go over here and just find it on my desktop. I got jungle here somewhere. Right here is my jungle picture. When I open it, depending on what program you open with, you can see that this is my picture here. And the challenge you can give someone is find the hidden word. So they're going to look around, and I kind of know where it is. So if I zoom in, I can start to look around, and I can see it right there. There's my word. But I have to look a little bit, and you can do different things to hide it even better. But this is a really good activity for helping kids understand how small pixels are. That there's even then looking at you can write something on an image, and you can't see it at full resolution. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. For a full lesson plan, go to stembits.org. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.